So let us speak about some very interesting and extremely painful question for the spirituality and esoteric traditions, and this is personal branding. And in our Western culture, and now actually not only in the Western culture, now even Oriental people are starting to write and publish books about so-called success principles, or management of life, or law of attraction, etc., all that wonderful things. But normally in all that books and seminars and so-called coaching, they're speaking about general principles, how to build your business, your success. And of course I like those authors who are emphasizing that the main question is life purpose and to be creative. And of course I like less those authors who are emphasizing on money only. But though at the same time those books and seminars who are teaching financial part of the story are also useful, but just it's not complete picture of life. But extremely subtle question which we're going to discuss right now is about management in spirituality, management in yoga, meditation. And that specific things normally people don't like to discuss. It's like, imagine if right now we're going to speak about guru business. Awful, wow, how it's possible, yeah? But really, if we feel bad about it, it means in our subconscious mind is something wrong. If we can't discuss, for example, questions like money and spirituality, sex and spirituality, it means in our subconscious mind we have problems. Then it's not the problem about money, it's not the problem about social and financial success, not a problem with family life, but the problem with us actually. And today I'm going to say a few words about personal branding, but I'll try to find out actually some more materials, and I tell you something more maybe next time or when I'll be back in a couple of weeks. The personal brand is actually the huge source for two things, and it's something spiritual and something material. It's like marriage between Shiva and Shakti, between consciousness and energy. And what does it mean, this marriage between spirit and matter? It means you practice meditation, you consciously go through your spiritual evolution, but at the same time you are able to manage all aspects of your life, including good health, good family, good financial stability. And of course all that things are very personal. What kind of family do you want, or what kind of family somebody wish? It's a personal choice. And at the same time, when we speak about money, it's a very much personal choice as well, because how much money you consider as success. For somebody it's like 10,000 euros, for somebody million, for somebody billion. But at the same time, this is marriage between spirit and matter. So the personal branding is when, okay, if you are famous enough, let us put it in a more simple way, then you may fulfill both your creative ideas and your financial income. And from the very beginning we have to put this as the goal, because if we are not conscious about why we need personal branding, then we may not achieve both of them. Okay, there are many kinds of brandings. Okay, a certain company, like certain corporation, certain foundation is a brand. Or some separate good can be some product can be brand. But now we're not speaking about certain separate product, or we're not speaking about company or institution, but we're speaking about you as brand. Okay, your name, your face, your life story, everything become a part of a foundation of this brand. And if you are famous enough, and now we're speaking about spirituality, meditation, and yoga, famous enough as the yoga teacher, then you can preach, you can say something, and people immediately ready to listen, ready to pay attention.
Because you are famous.
Very simple, because you are famous. If we take Europe, the United States, India, globally, thousands and thousands of people who are preaching something, but nobody care about it. Of course, some of them are really like kind of geniuses, some of them are just crazy mentally ill people, but nobody care, because huge streams of information, everyone wish to be special, nobody care. But if somebody is famous, and that somebody just, I may give you any kind of example, just write and publish book, then immediately everyone interested, what is the message of this book, because this book is written by this famous guy. It means there's something interesting and important there. But if another author is not famous, and maybe book is much better, nobody care about the meaning of this book and about the message of this book. The same like, you want to organize your workshop, 2 people may come. But if you're more and more famous and you travel, like hundreds and thousands of people for each and every seminar or workshop, The same like with art, painting, can be brilliant, wonderful artwork, but who cares if artist is not famous? Actually, if we take as example art marketing, the very famous and in a sense awful joke is like that. When people buy and sell and buy art, painting, all that things, they're not really selling and buying art, they're saying signature. Because if artist is famous, his signature is expensive. But nobody's, only limited number of people may really understand that this is very good painting and that not. Very limited number of people. Mostly people just pay attention to the famous artist. So the same actually in meditation and spirituality. The famous guru told this. Wow, let us listen and think about the message. So it means we have to be clear that we have, maybe now we'll just start this discussion, but the main point is extremely important. Let me give you examples. Sometimes people may become famous, but they don't know what to do with this position. And I met quite few people like that. You know, for example, something may happen and you may become famous. But for example, you don't know what to do with this. You know, and the result is you may lose your chance. Okay. Well, there are famous people who are at the same time very unhappy about their creative projects. Let me give you just also a few examples which can be helpful how to use personal brand for the creative part of the story. Okay, for example, I mean, it's very easy to give examples from the art or movie area. Okay, for example, you become famous artist, or you wish to become famous artist, and somebody from any gallery can just tell you, well, let us make you famous, and you will make like, okay, landscapes, and we can make you famous. Okay, you become famous and do all that landscapes, but who knows, maybe you like abstract painting, and you become famous but very unhappy because you wish something else. And I met a couple of people from, okay, movie and TV business, actors. For example, one guy, he became famous because he was like doing his work as an actor, starring in certain kind of movies, but his creative, spiritual interest is a totally different kinds of movie, but nobody care about it. You know, it means when you make your brand grow, from the very first step you have to be clear what is, okay, spiritual and creative tradition, let us describe it in such a way, which is interesting for you. What is your spiritual part or creative part of your life purpose? Okay, let me tell you. Somebody may come and say, well, you know, now there are few very famous and wonderful yogic traditions in Europe. I don't know, let us say Bikram yoga, like in the United States, or let us say Kundalini yoga, or Shivananda yoga. Okay, come on, forget about all your stuff, come join us, you become famous guru for the Bikram yoga or Kundalini yoga. You will be famous, we'll just make it. You're clever, you can do it. Okay, for example, in 3 years you're famous guru of Bikram yoga, Kundalini yoga, but you're very unhappy because you want to teach, for example, Kriya Yoga or Mantra yoga, totally different tradition. It's like somebody may say, okay, you know, Buddhism is a very cool, like, you know, many guys in Hollywood, they practice Buddhist mantras, let us become Buddhist. Okay, and in 3 years you become great Buddhist guru, but you're very unhappy because you're interested maybe in something else, like Gnostic tradition, maybe in something else. So it means from the very beginning you have to be very clear what is your life purpose regarding, okay, your spiritual tradition which you want to teach. And you have to be strong enough and say, okay, I wish that, I feel that. Maybe I'll grow more slowly, but I'm going to be the way I wish to be, because then I'll be happy. Then the second part is financial. It can be surprise, maybe not, I don't know, but there are many famous people who are poor. There are many famous people who don't have enough, you know, money to survive. Because if somebody is becoming more and more famous, it doesn't mean that you automatically become rich. Nothing at all. If you consciously, thinking about how to get more money out of your project, then you may get it. But if you just leave it, it means money will also leave you the same. Yeah. Of course, it's always balance, because if we wish more money, it's not a lot of fun, because we wish to be happy. And to be happy means to fulfill your life purpose, to be creative. It means must be balance between your tradition which you like I prefer to call it like creative part, and financial, so balance. Then if that is in balance, then you're growing slowly but happily. Yeah. Okay.